What is the importance, what we are talking about? What is the main importance of the retail market? The importance of retail market is the sustainability. Since we can talk about roti, kapda or makan. Now makan is the consumer durable which is outside the retail. No one can retail a house. But food and clothing, these are all in the retail sector. So that is the main thing. People will not survive without eating or having a proper clothes to be in the society. So it has a sustainable growth over the years. Competitiveness is like everyone has a competitor over here. No, nothing can be monopolistic. There cannot be a monopoly, but a monopolistic market. If you take the example of the soft drink retail industry, we have the PepsiCo and the Coca-Cola Incorporation. They are having the different product lines altogether, but they are giving the same, almost same advantages and effectiveness to the end users. And this competitiveness gives an edge to the customers to select their own brand, to select what they want to have. And that also in turn gives an advantage to the companies to bring up new variants of their products. As we have already spoke about, this is the job creation. The retail industry is creating a lot of jobs, and the job creation is also in turn indirectly giving a boost in the retail industry, because whenever a person is getting a job, he is getting a salary, and once the person is getting a salary, he is purchasing. His purchasing capacity is growing, and the purchasing capacity, as it grows, the retail sector will automatically grow. The stakeholders and satisfaction. The main stakeholder in a retail industry is always the end user, the customer. Once that person, the customer, is in the retail store and he sees the products, he knows what to buy, why to buy, because that is there in their mind. It is called top of mind recall if we say it in the promotional campaign. But the top of mind recall does not always happen. It is like the consumer behavior. The consumer, what that person wants. If the retailer understands that, the retailer gives the customer and listens to the customer's needs and wants, and then only he can suggest. Otherwise the customer, wherever we go, it is the customer is the king, which we say, and the customer is the king, as we say. It is giving a satisfaction. It meets the expectations of the various stakeholders, not only the customers, the persons who are behind the production as well. We now go into the feature called the adaptability. Adaptability. What does the word adaptability means? It is like how the customer adapts the product. The retail sector gives an advantage to the customers first. The customer is the king, as we have already spoken about. So the adaptability of the retail sector with the geographic location as well. India is a vast country with different geographic locations. Suppose in Rajasthan, which is a dry state, can we have hot gulab jamuns being sold there as a hot product? Or let's come into the Shimla. Can we have cold drinks being sold over there as a high selling product? We need to understand which type of product can suffice to the needs of the customers of that region. That is the adaptability in the retail sector. It cannot be possible that or the same product is being sold at all regions everywhere. It needs to be customized for every geographic region. Profitability is one of the biggest margin, because profitability, once we are talking about profitability, in India we are talking about the middle income group. We are not talking about the high income group who are who is contributing to the retail sector. The middle income group is actually contributing to the major retail sector. And in profitability, how do we understand profitability? Let me give an example of HUL. The shampoos. Earlier it was sold in bottles, and they had Suppose it was priced at rupees 100 a bottle for 50 ml of shampoo. Now, this shampoo bottle cannot be bought by a villager whose income group, who is in a lower income group. So they came up with the idea of sachets. Now, once we're talking about the shampoo sachet, it's like 2 ml of shampoo at 1.5 rupees. Now I was talking about 50 ml and now we are talking about 2 ml. So 2 into 25 is 50. So we are having 25 such. Profitability. Every company always looks at their profitability. The profitability can be done by 2 ways. Either increase the upper line or decrease the bottom line. In India, we are always trying to have a profitability, and we are talking about the retail where the main users are the middle income. So people over here cannot spend much more. So what companies do? They customize the products. They customize the packaging. Suppose in a shampoo, example of a shampoo in Unilever, 100 ml of shampoo bottle which costs around 100 rupees. Say it is at 100 rupees. What they have done, they have given into a 2 ml sachets, and this 2 ml can be bought by anyone and it will not have any loss, because people doesn't require the 100 ml every time and it has to be kept, and while we are pouring it down, there might be some amount of loss which is not required. So they have done a 2 ml of sachet of shampoo. Each sachet costs rupees 3. Now 100 ml of the 2 ml of the sachet, how many of it will be making into the 100 ml? That is 50 sachets. Now 50 into 3 rupees each. How much does it cost? How much is the company getting? It is getting 150 rupees. We were talking about 100 ml at 100 rupees. Now we are talking about 150 rupees for that same 100 ml of shampoo. That is how profitability is also increasing, as well as if we say the retail, because the repeat customer is increasing. A shampoo with a bottle of shampoo will last for around 3 to 4 months, whereas a sachet of shampoo will last for only 1 wash, and for the second wash they have to buy another sachet. So there is a repeat customer which is happening, as well as it is a long-term success. Retail cannot be of a short-term success. Anything which is short-term cannot be considered to be in a retail market, because in a retail market we always think for a long-term. We have a long vision. Once we are talking about a long vision, we are not talking about retailers of the as we earlier spoke about, it is the consumer products we are talking about, not the durable products. The consumer products, yes, it is the consumer durables, but consumer durables are also not like that of the high ranges like houses or buildings which are around say 50 years, 40 years. But the retail market, it is for the long term of the sustainable market, as we have already spoken about in the earlier slides. And this gives industry leadership as well, because we're talking about the monopolistic market or a hugely competitive market. There are n number of brands selling the same products with the similar features at different price ranges. So there is a comparison which is coming up, and that is giving a leadership of their own products. Suppose we're talking about mobile phone. In a mobile phone, the same feature of a 50 megapixel camera, 8 megapixel front camera, 64 GB of RAM, and 128 GB of 256 MB of 256 GB of external hard disk. Everything which we can talk about in a mobile, everything can be given by different companies. Like Samsung can give it at a one price range. The different products of Xiaomi, that is Realme, Redmi, MI, they will give them at a different price range. And ultimately, once we are talking about the industry leadership, it will always give a social impact. In the Maslow's law of hierarchy, we know that after the basic requirements comes the social requirements, and then the once we are talking about the retail market in the social impact, it is actually boosting the society to use products which will give them the inclusivity amongst the society. If we think about the Maslow's need hierarchy, it is after the basic physiological needs and safety needs, it is the social needs which makes the person feel inclusive amongst their own group, and that is actually done by the retail market. So this is how the retail market is a sustainable market with a booming industry with a growth of around 9 CAGR, and is going to grow to a $2 trillion industry by 2032 as given by IBEF. Thank you.